Hello there everyone, my name is Raider, and for my very first commentary video I will be giving a slight tutorial, something very quick and easy to take your Armored Core in Armored Core 6 from this simple brown color to something like this. It's very easy, and I'm going to do it with a very small amount of decals and changes, so here we go. So obviously you want to start with whatever base color you want. It can be anything. This technique works for so many different colors and so many different designs and color schemes. So we're just going to go with what I went with and do the dark color. The only thing we're going to change is we're going to make the device here red so it matches what I'm going to do here. Weathering doesn't really matter. I'm not going to worry about the weapons or anything. We're just focusing on the Armored Core itself. So obviously, you just work your way down. And when I was making my head for the first time on this particular one, I started with this one. And what you want to do is you just want to scale stuff up. You just want to scale stuff up. And scaling stuff up really, it covers a lot. It makes it look really dynamic. And you can just take it and bam, there it is. And on the side here, you got like a skull looking thing. On the front, you just have a nice like white slash design. And then you can do the same thing on the other side. We're going to keep the different types of decals very minimal just because it's easier to manage. So let's just do a skull on both sides. We can match it up to some degree. It does not have to be perfect, because obviously the AC itself is asymmetrical. And to layer on top of that, I love these tribal-like designs. And you just, again, scale everything up really, really big. Scaling it up really big is really the key to this whole process. Yep, same thing on this side. Now, layering is also super important. You don't want to obviously cover up this nice fancy skull that you just put on there. You're going to want to just move this all the way down underneath that one, move this all the way down under those ones, and now you have a nice behind the skull design. And we're only using 4 decals here. Now let's talk about the core. Now, what I've been doing recently, and again, this works for any decal, it works for any layer that you want to do. Same thing. The skull, yes, it's a repeat of the same decal, but if you place it properly and make it just giant, it looks like it's a completely different type of thing. And then on this side, we're going to go ahead and put, you know what, since we're going with just a black, white, and red. Very simple, very easy. Let's go with this one. So you can make these decals, obviously, absolutely massive. But the way you use them, you can really get some interesting different designs and some nice layered stuff. Now, yes, I am using the same tribal because it works so well for a nice simple tutorial. And for this one, we're going to kind of follow these same lines here for this stripe. Look how nice that looks. That looks real nice. I like that. And then let's see, let's do this side. And again, with the skull, we're going to get it underneath the skull because I like that look a lot. I like the skull to be pronounced. It's part of my decal, or part of my emblem, and it makes sense for me to do that, just for funsies. And same thing, you can take this and just move it a couple layers down, and look at that. You got a skull with some nice red behind it. And we're just going to use those same 4 decals. We're going to use 4 decals for each piece, 2 decals for each arm, and we're just going to make this a really nice, really dynamic look for the AC. Let's go with this one for this one. We're just going to scale it way up. And let's see, we can bring it back a little bit. Or actually, let's invert it. Yeah, let's do that. I like that. And then we can just take these same tribal bits. Let's put that one right there. Whoops. Scale it way up per usual. And just find a nice place for it. There we go. We're going to go ahead and give it one more. We're going to go ahead and give it my signature ace up the sleeve. I really like that subtle touch on the inside that you'll never see, but you know it's there. Left arm. Let's go with the White Raven on this one. This is a really nice one that you can use because you can get stripes, you can get cuts, you can get all kinds of different things, and it doesn't look like a bird. It doesn't have to look like a bird. The decal doesn't have to look like what the decal is, depending on how you use it. Let's put this one. Let's put the scorpion one. Why not? That'll look interesting enough. I think. Yeah, let's do that. I like that. Good enough. Now for the legs. Now the legs are interesting because you get the entire set of legs, not just a left and right leg. What I like to do for the legs, especially these legs with these fins on the back, is using that same decal. You can scale this way up, tilt it a little. Try to get some kind of facing the same way, but not, I don't like too much white in one place, but I think that looks nice. And then we're just gonna take the same thing we've been doing. Big tribal. We're just gonna stick it right there. Now we are gonna use a couple more decals on the legs just because there's more room to cover. Let's go ahead and stick this one. And the good news about that is you can just keep using the same thing. Obviously, you might want the two different ones to line up a little differently, but look how well those ones line up. It's like they're the same continuation. And then you can take this inside here, makes it nice and easy when you tilt the legs just a little bit, because then you get a white and a red on both. Now, you don't want too many on one side because then it kind of overpowers it a lot. And now let's see. Let's do this one. Let's do this one on this side. Why not? What's the difference, right? It doesn't really matter. These are all stock decals. You can do all of this no matter who you are. It doesn't matter. It makes a really nice, you can use any of the decals. It makes everything, it really opens up and makes your AC just more dynamic. And I happen to really like this style of editing. And there you have it, a nice simple design for an AC that can be a really nice aesthetic. I particularly like it. My current main AC is this one. Yep. And how he looks is very, very similar. The only difference is on the back, and I'm a big fan of this, is the two fish skeletons layered on top of each other, purple and white. I'm a big fan of that. But there it is. All of you asking for my code, all of you wanting to duplicate this AC, it's all yours. And by all means, I look forward to seeing other people's designs of this style.